In a world where health is becoming the ultimate value, there are methods that can surprise even experienced specialists. We are talking about a method that patients describe as a real miracle, and doctors sometimes cannot give a definite explanation. It is claimed that just 3 simple ingredients, which can be found in every refrigerator, can permanently relieve excruciating leg pain. Ahead is the unveiling of a secret that has been kept in the mysteries of Eastern medicine for centuries. This is knowledge that representatives of traditional medicine prefer to keep silent about, promising to change the perception of the possibilities of healing. Imagine a morning when a person, for the first time in years, lowers their legs from the bed without experiencing the usual pain. No discomfort, no stiffness, just a feeling of lightness and freedom in every movement. Such stories are increasingly heard from those who have experienced the effects of this amazing method. However, before revealing the essence of this approach, it is important to warn the information that will be presented may radically differ from the usual ideas about leg health. Perhaps you will have to reconsider established beliefs and look at the problem from a completely different angle. Why do legs continue to hurt, despite all the efforts of traditional medicine? Have you ever wondered why the pain returns again and again like a vicious circle? Many people spend huge amounts of money on expensive procedures, medicines, and ointments for years, hoping for a cure. But often the result is only temporary relief, and sometimes there is no result at all. The reason is that Western medicine, in most cases, focuses on eliminating symptoms, ignoring the true roots of the problem. Imagine a person tirelessly fighting a puddle on the floor, but ignoring the cause of the flood, a leaking pipe. Unfortunately, this approach is often found in modern medicine, when doctors focus on eliminating symptoms by prescribing painkillers, instead of identifying and eliminating the root of the problem. While modern science is only beginning to realize the full depth of the relationship between the feet and the general condition of the body, ancient Chinese healers understood thousands of years ago that the legs are not just a means of transportation, but a complex system closely connected to all organs and systems of the body. It is no coincidence that the Chinese call the feet the second heart, because there are more than 60 active points on them, each of which is connected to the brain, liver, digestive system, and even the heart. However, how often do doctors pay attention to these connections and diagnose the condition of the feet? Unfortunately, in most cases, almost never. And here is another amazing fact. Scientific research shows that more than 70% of chronic diseases are psychosomatic in nature. This means that our emotions, like an invisible burden, settle in the legs, causing physical pain and discomfort. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? To better understand this concept, you can draw an analogy with an ordinary kitchen sink, which, oddly enough, has a direct relationship to ancient Chinese wisdom. In the Celestial Empire, there is a tradition that goes back thousands of years, dating back more than 2,000 years. Every evening, millions of people, from ordinary peasants to emperors, perform the same ritual, which helped them maintain health, youth, and vitality until old age. We are talking about steaming the feet. But do not rush to draw skeptical conclusions and shake your head dismissively. This is not just a trivial immersion of feet in warm water. The secret lies in a special composition that activates powerful healing processes throughout the body, helping to restore harmony and balance. A doctor's office is a place where science and life meet, especially when it comes to health in old age. Once, an 84-year-old lady came to the appointment whose mobility and ease of movement could be envied by 40-year-olds. Intrigued, the doctor inquired about the secret of her vigor. In response, he heard a story about an ancient ritual passed down from generation to generation. This tradition, dating back to her great-grandmother, consisted of daily immersion of her feet in a special solution before bedtime. The woman said that this simple, at-first-glance method is the cornerstone of her health. And, surprisingly, modern scientific research confirms the effectiveness of this method. With the help of thermography, it was found that after 20 minutes of being in the solution, blood circulation significantly improves, not only in the lower extremities, but also throughout the body. And improving blood circulation is a well-known factor that contributes to overall health and relief from pain. According to the patient, the composition of the solution is simple, but its effect is amazing. The details of this miraculous remedy will be revealed later. First, it's essential to understand how it works and ensure it's not just a temporary fix, but a genuine path to healing. Consider that everything you need for your feet's health might already be within reach. Perhaps the solution you've been seeking has always been right there. Your feet are the foundation of your body, and their importance to overall health cannot be overstated. In our youth, when we have boundless energy and can frolic for hours, few of us think about the role of our lower limbs in maintaining vitality. However, as time goes on, and even short walks begin to cause discomfort, we realize that it's not just aging. Feet, this complex and amazing mechanism, wear out due to neglect and an unhealthy lifestyle. To better understand this connection, think of a tree. When its roots are strong and healthy, the whole plant thrives and pleases the eye. But if the roots weaken or get damaged, the tree begins to wither and get sick, and may eventually die. In the human body, the feet play the role of these roots, being the foundation of our life force. When they are healthy and functioning properly, we feel a surge of energy and vigor. Eastern medicine has long emphasized the importance of the feet, claiming that they contain more than 60 active points closely linked to all organs and systems of the body. This isn't just a beautiful metaphor, but a well-founded physiological fact that modern science is only beginning to fully acknowledge. Stimulating these points has a powerful effect on the body, activating self-healing mechanisms. This process is like pressing buttons on a complex control system, triggering a cascade of health-promoting reactions. Consider the story of Natalia, a woman plagued by relentless headaches who went through countless drug therapies without the slightest relief. In a moment of despair, when her doctor suggested she start with simple foot care, she was skeptical. However, after just 7 days of regular foot baths with a special solution, she noticed a significant reduction in the frequency and intensity of her headaches. And after a month, these agonizing pains disappeared completely. This isn't just a coincidence or a placebo effect, but a result of stimulating certain points on the feet that are directly related to blood circulation in the brain. But most surprisingly, your feet affect your emotional state. Scientific studies convincingly show that regular foot care helps reduce stress levels, improve sleep quality, and can even be an effective tool in combating depressive states. All this thanks to a simple and accessible procedure that's easy to do at home every evening. However, before delving into the details, let's consider why so many people face foot problems today and how this relates to the features of modern lifestyles. The modern pace of life, unfortunately, negatively impacts the health of our feet, becoming their worst enemy. What unites most people in the modern world? Inappropriate footwear, prolonged sitting, and chronic stress are 3 factors that steadily undermine the health of the lower extremities. Let's start with shoes, this seemingly harmless wardrobe item. Have you ever wondered why children who enjoy the freedom of bare feet rarely encounter the problem of flat feet? While among the adult population, this ailment is becoming increasingly common. The root of the problem lies in the fact that modern shoes often have anatomically incorrect shapes. Narrow toes, dizzying heels, and stiff soles all lead to foot deformities, disrupting its natural biomechanics. Remember the story of Elena, a bank employee who favored elegant high heels for years. By the age of 35, she was experiencing unbearable pain when walking. The first step in treatment, suggested by her doctor, was to switch to a more physiological shoe model. This simple step brought remarkable results in just a few weeks, greatly alleviating the patient's condition. The second enemy of foot health is a sedentary lifestyle, a scourge of modern society. When a person spends most of the day sitting, blood circulation in the lower extremities slows down, like a river frozen in ice. Working in an office, long hours spent at the computer lead to oxygen starvation in the legs. This, in turn, provokes congestion, swelling, and, as a result, painful sensations. And, of course, stress is another invisible but insidious enemy of our feet. Many of us live in constant tension, not even realizing how much it affects the condition of our lower extremities until we consciously try to relax them. However, there's good news. All these troubles are quite solvable, and the solution is much more accessible than it might seem at first glance. There's no need to spend exorbitant amounts on massage therapists and physical therapists, nor is there any need to resort to painkillers. All it takes is 20 minutes of free time and 3 simple components that are sure to be found in every home. Naturally, the logical question arises: what are these miraculous ingredients? But before revealing the secret of this healing solution, it's worth dwelling in more detail on how exactly this method works and why it proves effective even where traditional medicine sometimes fails. At first glance, simply immersing your feet in warm water with the addition of a few simple substances cannot bring tangible benefits and have a serious therapeutic effect. However, scientific studies convincingly prove otherwise. When we immerse our feet in warm water, blood vessels dilate, which leads to improved blood circulation not only in the legs but throughout the body. Improved blood circulation promotes more efficient delivery of oxygen and nutrients to tissues and accelerates the removal of metabolic waste products. But this is only the beginning of the process. The real magic begins when certain components are added to the water, capable of penetrating the skin and activating biologically active points located on the feet. Recent studies conducted at the Shanghai University of Traditional Chinese Medicine have revealed the amazing properties of ordinary foot baths. It turns out that regular immersion of the feet in water with the addition of certain components can work wonders, reduce the intensity of inflammatory processes in the body by almost a third, 30%, give a sound and healthy sleep to 85% of the experiment participants, alleviate suffering from joint pain in 78% of patients, and reduce the frequency of headaches by 62%. Such results cannot but be admirable, especially considering that we are talking about a completely natural way of healing that has no side effects. But how does such a simple procedure have such a powerful effect on the human body at the cellular level? The fact is that the skin is not just a protective shell, but a complex organ actively involved in metabolic processes. Through the skin, you can not only get rid of harmful toxins, but also absorb valuable nutrients. Creating an optimal environment for the feet entails a whole chain of biochemical reactions. The active ingredients of the healing solution penetrate through the skin barrier and act on nerve endings, which in turn transmit signals to the brain. As an illustration, we can cite the story of a professor of biochemistry who initially treated this method with a fair amount of skepticism. He demanded that he be provided with convincing scientific evidence of the mechanism of action. However, after reviewing the research results and a detailed explanation of the biochemical processes occurring during the procedure, he decided to personally verify its effectiveness. After conducting a blood test before the start of the footbath course, and after several weeks of regular use, the professor was amazed by the results. Almost all health indicators showed significant improvement, starting with cholesterol levels and ending with markers of inflammation. Impressed by what he saw, the professor now confidently recommends this method to all his colleagues. Let's put aside theoretical reasoning and move on to considering the 3 components of the miraculous elixir that can revolutionize foot care and possibly have a beneficial effect on the entire body. We will talk about the 3 key elements of this healing remedy. And now we have come close to the most exciting moment. All the necessary ingredients are easy to find in any home or in the nearest store. Their harmonious combination creates a synergy effect that significantly surpasses the benefits of each component separately. The first and perhaps most significant element is sea salt. It is important to note that we are talking not about ordinary table salt, but specifically about sea salt, rich in many minerals such as magnesium, potassium, calcium, and others. These mineral substances penetrate through the skin and are actively involved in the biochemical processes occurring in the body. Sea salt helps improve blood circulation, eliminates swelling, promotes the removal of harmful substances, and has anti-inflammatory properties. In addition, it creates an environment similar to seawater, which is especially beneficial for tired feet. For instance, there's the story of Alexander, a long-haul truck driver who sought medical attention for severe leg swelling that developed after extended trips. Traditional treatments didn't provide the desired relief. As a first step, it was decided to use a simple remedy: foot baths with added sea salt. Significant reduction in swelling was observed after just 3 days, and it completely disappeared within a week. The second important element of the therapeutic foot bath is apple cider vinegar, a humble but effective component. It normalizes the skin's pH balance, exhibits antibacterial qualities, and helps soften rough skin patches. Additionally, apple cider vinegar is rich in alpha-hydroxy acids, stimulating natural skin renewal. Its composition includes enzymes and amino acids that help remove lactic acid, the main culprit behind muscle fatigue and pain after intense exercise. As an example, there's the story of Marina, a professional dancer who regularly used apple cider vinegar foot baths after each performance. According to her, it helped her recover much faster and prepare for subsequent performances without any issues. Finally, the third component is lavender essential oil. This is not just a pleasant aromatic relaxant. Lavender has pronounced anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and soothing properties. It promotes muscle relaxation, relieves nervous tension, and improves sleep quality. One of the most striking examples involves the use of lavender essential oil. Sergey, a manager, experienced sleep problems due to constant stress. Various methods, including medication and meditation, did not provide the desired result. A doctor suggested a simple solution: foot baths with lavender oil before bed. On the first night, he fell asleep faster than usual and slept soundly until morning. Within a week, his sleep was fully restored. Now that all three key components are known, the question arises: how to combine them correctly to achieve maximum effect? The exact recipe and details that will help make the procedure even more effective will be presented below. Incorporating the method into daily routine is the key to its effectiveness. Consistency is the cornerstone of success, as even the most revolutionary approach will be useless if applied irregularly. The key task is to organically integrate the method into the fabric of everyday life, turning it into an integral part of the usual routine. Experience shows that this is quite achievable, and strategies for transforming the therapeutic procedure into a pleasant and anticipated ritual will be presented below. The first and perhaps most important step is to determine the optimal time for the procedure and strictly adhere to the chosen schedule. Practice shows that for most people, the ideal time is the evening, about a couple of hours before bedtime. At this time, the body naturally slows down its activity. Metabolic processes decline, which promotes maximum relaxation and enhances the therapeutic effect. As an example, there is the story of Olga, a business coach who takes a relaxing foot bath every evening at 9:00 p.m., combining this activity with watching her favorite TV series or reading an interesting book. According to her, this has become the most pleasant and anticipated moment of the day, a kind of anchor for relaxation and recovery after a busy working day. Secondly, it is necessary to create a special area for the procedure, a kind of oasis of health and relaxation. This could be an ergonomic chair next to a basin or a modern foot bath with heating and hydromassage functions. The key is to ensure maximum comfort and eliminate any factors that could distract from the process. A prime example is the approach of specialist Dmitry, who set up such a corner in his office. He installed a comfortable chair with an adjustable backrest, a small table for placing a laptop, and a shelf for storing everything needed: aromatic salts, essential oils, soft towels. Now he has the opportunity to combine a pleasant foot care procedure with performing work tasks or watching educational videos. Thirdly, it is recommended to prepare all the necessary components and tools in advance. It is advisable to store the ingredients for preparing the healing solution in one place to avoid wasting time searching for them. Many resort to creating a concentrate. They mix sea salt, apple cider vinegar, and a composition of essential oils in optimal proportions and place the resulting mixture in an airtight glass jar. In that case, to prepare the solution, simply add 1 to 2 tablespoons of the concentrate to warm water, which significantly saves time and simplifies the process. Fourth, don't overlook the use of a reminder system. In today's world, full of events and tasks, it's easy to lose sight of even the most important things. It is recommended to set a reminder on your mobile phone or personal computer, which will promptly signal when it's time for the procedure. This will help avoid forgetfulness and make foot care regular and systematic. Anastasia, a young mother, found an elegant way to combine business with pleasure by linking the reminder for her evening foot bath to her established children's bedtime ritual. Once the last stories are read and the blankets are carefully tucked in, her personal time begins. This moment becomes a kind of portal into a world of silence and peace when she can finally be alone with her thoughts. Turning an ordinary procedure into a true self-care ritual is the fifth important step towards harmony. This time can be used not only for physical healing, but also for emotional recharging. Imagine soft light streaming from an aromatherapy candle, quiet, soothing music caressing the ears. Many find this moment the perfect opportunity for meditation or simply for deep, conscious breathing. This approach greatly enhances the relaxing effect and helps to effectively relieve stress accumulated during a long day. Psychologist Julia went even further, developing an entire ritual around her evening foot bath. She carefully selects special meditation music to create an atmosphere of peace, lights candles to fill the room with soft light and pleasant aroma, and during the procedure, mentally reviews all the positive moments that happened during the day, expressing sincere gratitude for them. According to her, this helps her not only to heal her body, but also to cleanse her mind of negative thoughts, as if washing them away with warm water. And finally, the sixth tip is to involve loved ones. This method can become a wonderful family tradition, a way to spend time together, taking care of each other's health and well-being. In the family of Sergei and Marina, every evening a kind of health hour is arranged. Together they prepare a solution for foot baths, help each other with the procedure, and share their impressions of the past day, discussing important events and experiences. At first, their teenage children were somewhat skeptical of this tradition, even laughing at it, but over time they joined in, especially after intense sports training when they felt the beneficial effects of foot baths. And seventh, it is extremely important to meticulously record all the changes that occur in the body. In a diary, you should note your well-being before and after each procedure, paying attention to even the most minor improvements. Such a practice not only allows you to track the dynamics of progress, but also serves as a powerful incentive to continue the path you have started. For example, accountant Elena, armed with modern technology, started a special application on her smartphone where she daily recorded the level of pain, the presence of edema, and general condition. A month later, analyzing the accumulated data, she was struck by the obviousness of the results achieved. Turning a health procedure into a kind of ritual allows not only to ensure the necessary regularity to achieve the desired effect, but also to bring an island of calm and self-care into everyday life. So, it's time to draw a line under the above and outline further steps on the path to the health of the lower extremities and the entire body as a whole. We have come a long way, starting with an awareness of the root causes of foot problems and ending with a detailed study of the method that can solve these problems. Let's summarize what we have covered and determine the vector of further movement. First of all, we have come to understand that our legs are not just a means of transportation, but a complex system inextricably linked to all organs and systems of the body. Problems that arise in the legs can be both a consequence and a cause of disorders in the functioning of various organs. We found that the modern lifestyle, characterized by uncomfortable shoes, many hours of sitting, and high levels of stress, has an extremely negative impact on foot health, provoking the development of a number of serious problems, from swelling and chronic fatigue to intense pain syndromes and deformities. The authors thoroughly analyzed the method of using foot baths with a specialized solution, revealing its effect on the human body from the point of view of physiology. It is emphasized that the procedure promotes blood circulation, affects key acupuncture points located on the feet, and promotes relaxation of the muscular system. This comprehensive approach has a beneficial impact not only on the condition of the feet, but also on overall health. The article meticulously examines the composition of the foot bath solution and its various modifications, designed to address specific problems, from eliminating swelling to combating fungal infections. Particular attention is paid to contraindications and precautions, ensuring maximum safety and effectiveness of this method. Presented are inspiring stories of people whose lives have been transformed by the regular use of foot baths. Ways to integrate this beneficial procedure into the daily routine are explored, turning it from a potentially burdensome task into a pleasant and relaxing ritual. At this stage, the reader is invited to move on to practical actions. As a first step, it is recommended to make a list of problems that you plan to solve with this method. This could be chronic foot fatigue, swelling, joint discomfort, or any other individual issues. Clearly defining the goal is a key factor for success. The second step involves preparing everything needed for the procedure. It is recommended to purchase high-quality sea salt, natural apple cider vinegar, and essential oils. You should also choose a comfortable container for the foot bath and select a suitable place for the procedure. Finally, the third step is to choose the optimal time for the daily procedure and integrate it into your personal schedule. The authors advise setting a reminder so as not to miss a single healing session. Fourth, it is recommended to start with a simple, basic solution and gradually, step by step, add various components, carefully monitoring the body's reaction. It is advisable to keep a diary in which to record all changes and observations in order to be able to analyze progress. Fifth, to achieve the best results, the main method should be supplemented with auxiliary measures. A balanced diet, wearing comfortable shoes, performing special exercises for the feet, and regular self-massage. A comprehensive approach that combines various elements can provide the most noticeable effect. Most importantly, you need to give the method time without expecting instant miracles. Be patient and persistent, as results may not appear immediately. However, with due diligence, they will certainly be achieved. It should be remembered that foot care is not a whim or excess, but a vital necessity, an investment in one's own well-being, in maintaining mobility and independence for many years to come. So, dear readers, today you have learned about an ancient but surprisingly effective method that can transform your life, help get rid of pain, restore the joy of movement, and improve overall health. This is not magic or a miracle, but a time-tested practice that is only now receiving scientific confirmation. However, science only confirms what folk wisdom has known for centuries. Our feet are the foundation of the health of the entire body. Imagine the scene. In just a month, every morning begins with lightness and vigor. Pain and stiffness, like a bad dream, are a thing of the past. A walk becomes a long-awaited pleasure, not an ordeal where every bench seems like salvation. Energy and vitality are in full swing, filling your every day. This is not a utopia, but a very achievable reality for anyone who is willing to invest just 20 minutes a day in their health. 20 minutes that can transform your well-being and restore the joy of movement. The main condition on the path to success is consistency. Turn daily foot baths into a pleasant and relaxing ritual, and positive changes will not be long in coming. Do not postpone taking care of yourself for later. Start right now, and your body will gratefully respond to attention and care.